We all fall in love with each other until we get to really know each other. And then the real question is, can you accept the fact that there's parts of people that you didn't know exist? Can you still love that person? But that brings about a fear that you may not be who you think you are because someone wasn't who you thought they was. And I know all that shit sounds confusing, and I'm not really looking to get into that right now. I just want to bring it back to, I know people are betraying you. I know there's a lot of letdowns. Some of you have been laid off. I know some of you have been hurt by others. But understand, if it's someone that loves you, most times they ain't mean to hurt you. That's a fact. If it's someone that loves you, I mean, it's just the way of the world. Like, you know, I got family members that say they love me, and I'm like, yo, if you figure that I love you, then why don't you eat better so you don't put me in a position where I got to be there for you when cancer plays its toll. I don't want to have to be there for you while you have diabetes. So since you love me, part of you loving me is to make sure you don't put me through that situation, which in turn would represent you loving yourself. But then the love changes because they're addicted to the food. So then you love the food more than you love me. I could think about it on so many different levels, but then everyone's life is their own responsibility. Hence the term responsibility. So it's levels to it. So this love thing gets a little tricky too, you know? Love gets a little tricky too. Because what does that really mean? You know, a child shouldn't have to bury their parent prematurely because of the decision making of their parent. It's part of the process. And oftentimes people get into relationships and they believe that they shouldn't be hurt now that they're in love. But it's really the opposite. You know, the best relationships are the ones that were able to thrive during their greatest test, because a lot of people have this false presumption that in order for you to be in a relationship with me, you should never hurt me on a certain level. But in actuality, to really be in love with someone is to be vulnerable. And that vulnerability demands that you be hurt at some point or the other during that relationship. So you could make a determination if it's worth the pain. It's not an excuse for anyone hurting you. It's just a reality. You know, how strong is your love for that person if you would just quit on them because you finally got hurt? Love is about vulnerability. We'll do a class on that one. It's about vulnerability. You got to be vulnerable. And in order for you to substantiate that love, the pain has to come. And it has to be a pain that you can't anticipate. It's going to come. And when it comes, it's going to hit. When that shit hit, it's going to be crazy. And most times, we be like this. Nah, that type of pain, yo, the pain hurts so much, we leave the relationship. Because we don't want to feel that pain again. But you see, that's when it normally gets good. If you can make it through it. If you can make it through it.